Hello everybody, welcome to Chow Time. I am Spike Spencer, and today we are going to be making some steak fried rice. That's right, this is my kitchen, and sometimes I have some extra stuff. You'd think, because I cook all the time. So I have a lot of extra things. I'm like, what do I do with all these extra things? Well, sometimes I just throw in a big fried rice. Like tonight I'm going to be making some, I think, beef with ginger thing tonight. So I've got some rice that I cooked yesterday, and that's going to be my steak fried rice. Ginger beef. Boom. Cool. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is your basis for all Chinese cooking. For the most part, somebody can argue with me if you want, but I don't think anybody will, is going to be garlic and ginger. So we're going to chop up some garlic here. Some people say, oh, the recipe only calls for a clove of garlic. That's just wrong. I'm sorry. It is, I have a lot of cloves of garlic. I love garlic. I love lots of garlic. And you'll see why. So garlic and ginger are the basis, and there's a certain time when you throw garlic and ginger in, you do not want to burn garlic. It's awful. And I've done that so many times in the past. I'm like, I wasn't not looking at what I'm doing. And next thing you know, burns or I don't see it. And then you bite into it and you're like, that's just awful. It makes pandas cry. So I don't want to do that. So I've got garlic and I have ginger. Now here's something, a cool little tip for ginger. If you want to peel ginger, use a spoon. Into the bowl. There you go. A little edge of the spoon just takes all that skin right off. Super simple. I mean, obviously you can cut it all off if you want to, but you lose a lot of ginger that way. I mean, there's no problem. There's not a shortage of ginger, actually. And fun, I just planted some ginger, so I'm going to try to grow my own out here on the homestead. And we'll see how that works out. I'm waiting to see if my wok will blossom here. It's a little... Hopefully it's going to get real hot. So the thing about woks, I love woks. I've been cooking with woks for a long time. And the thing about woks is you got to get them really, really hot. I think this one's just about getting there. So you have to use a high smoke point oil. So like olive oil, which I use for almost everything, is a lower smoke point. I think it's like 450. So I deep fry with olive oil. They've been doing it in Italy for thousands of years. So it's okay. I just don't get it, obviously all that hot. This one, however, is going to get really hot. And I want that. When you're stir frying, you want some serious heat going there. And so I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to use olive oil on that one because the olive oil has that lower smoke point. So we don't want to do that. So if you're hearing me use something like avocado oil, or I think peanut oil is the classic that people use, but some of those oils are so nasty. So you got to find something that's decent. I've got an avocado oil that hopefully is good. You never know. I'm not a purist as far as organics go. It's hard not to be a purist. Once you go down that road, you're like, everything's gonna kill me. Well, life is going to kill you eventually. So enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy some food. Eat what you want. I'm not gonna look down on somebody. I pop in through a fast food from time to time. I love fried chicken. Hard to find anybody that does it better than some of those places. There we go. All right, so we've minced up our garlic and our ginger. I'm just going to put those together because it's going to go pretty much hand in hand. So the first thing we're going to do is not go straight into the rice. I'm going to do some eggs. So if in fried rice, a lot of times there's going to be some egg in there. It always has been since I've ever known. Ooh, good. I get to show you something. Okay. You see there's shell in there. Can you see that? There's a little piece of shell. There's a little tip. Take the half of the eggshell and run it like that, and it will come right out. Ba-ding, ba-dong. How cool is that? All right, one more egg. So I got a couple eggs here. I got a nice big batch, and I'm going to throw all of that together. Now, something I learned from dating a fabulous Japanese woman years ago is to add to the eggs. I make this for my tamagoyaki. A little bit of sugar, a little bit of soy sauce, And then I added, she showed me that, it's like a sweet soy. It really adds a nice flavor. I also like to throw a little hondashi or dashi. I don't know if this hondashi is this brand or type. I'm not sure exactly. I will have to look into that and see what it is. I know daishi. So then we're going to mix it up with a fork here. And that's going to be the first thing that we stir fry, so that we can have that to chop up. There we go. All right. Nice and mixified. Let's go ahead. This is definitely hot over here. A little bit of oil in there. All right. Who's ready? I am. Here we go. Might get loud, y'all. Well, yeah, let me move this. Move the oil around a little bit. So, come on. There we go. All right. Hit it. It didn't explode. Yay. Everybody dance. Okay. Now that is cooking pretty quick, as you can see. And that's fine. I'm just going to move it around a little bit. Having it flat out like that is great. It helps me when I'm going to cut it. Just let it go around, do its thing. Great. That's going to be beautiful, actually. Here we go. All right. Give it a little flippy flip. There we go. And whoop. There we go. All right. That's kind of like a quick omelet. Very easy. All that, and then we'll just throw that over here. Ta-da! Well, that was easy. Now, we're going to go with the rest of the goodies. I'm going to move this over a little bit. Let that kind of cool. I'm going to start with my base of some onion. I'm going to use a little onion. The reason I'm doing this way is I want to show you how to do this with pretty much anything in your kitchen. If you got scraps of something, man, throw it in some fried rice. It adds a little something there. Boom. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to throw in onions. Give it a little more oil there. This is going to go pretty quick. I also like to throw in some chestnuts. I didn't cut those before because I get them sliced like this. I prefer that. And then I can just chop them pretty quick. Stack them, chop them. Good to go. It adds a nice little crunch to everything. A little bit of depth. Letting that go for a second. And when you're stir frying, it's really nice to just kind of let things sit for a second so they can kind of brown on one side. There we go. That's looking good. I need to cut up some steak. So I had some steak, a leftover ribeye. Great. I'm going to cut some of the fat and gristle off. Don't want that. Chop the steak down a little bit. So that's what I'm going to add next. I may have to take this off the... There we go. Chop it small. There we go. There's some in there. All right. Let's see. This is the part where it gets funky up here. We'll get into the ribeye sometime down the road and say, oh, this part here, take this off. It's going to be it's almost like two steaks. There we go. Roll that away. Boom. Move this around a little bit. Just a quick stir. Like I said, it's going to go pretty quick once I get this in here. So the next thing I'm going to add, I've had some stuff in the freezer. Classical for some of these things you're going to see, at least I have all my life, for stir-fried rice, American. There we go. Nice little chunk. This could be anything. You could have leftover pork. You could have leftover ground beef. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever makes you happy. I'm going to throw ginger and garlic. I'm going to throw a little bit of that in now, and I'm going to go throw in some more in a little bit. Add some of these. Add my edamame. Okay, that's nice. Throw that in. Good to go here. Mix it up a little bit. Oh, wow. Okay, that is pungent. It's beautiful. I have some green onion here. I'm going to take the green onion And I'm going to chop one of them up and put them in and let it cook. There's a really nice depth of flavor with the green onions when they get a little bit of a sear to them. It's really nice. That's going nicely. Right. See, there's a little bit of juice from the steak. Bring it on, baby. Nice. Now we're going to be adding all of our Asian flavors, soy sauce, etc. in just a minute. I'll make sure I have everything I need here. And a sip of coffee. I need that. Now a tip on the rice. The rice is better if you do it the day before, or maybe a couple days before. So it's just it has a texture that's just really works much better than fresh fried rice. Just there. I'll toss this in. We're going to start frying that rice. And just get in it, man. Just get in it. See, it's drier. And we want to make sure that we get all the clumps out. And that's why you've seen some of the videos of the guys with these great woks in the restaurant, just killing it, man. Well, you can do the same thing at home. You're not going to be killing it the way they are, because their woks are like 9,000 degrees. It's amazing. When I went to the CIA, Culinary Institute of America, I did some boot camp stuff there, and I got to cook on one of their woks. They're so big, and they're water cooled. I mean, they're that big around. It's so hot. They have water flowing through. It's amazing. So at home, you're not going to do that. You can do this in a regular saute pan, guys. It's not. You don't have to have a wok. But I got started cooking on my culinary journey was Chinese food. I've always loved Chinese food so much. And what? Americanized Chinese food, I know. And so I may not be doing this exactly, I don't know, the way it should be. And you know what? Here's the thing. It really pisses me off when people say, oh, no, that's not how you do it. You know what? I have been proven wrong so many times when I say, no, there's only one way to do this thing. And then somebody comes along and does it a different way. And it's really good. So, without doing it different ways, we wouldn't have Korean tacos. I mean, where would we have this? This isn't like authentic, Chinese from China kind of thing. This is more Americanized, especially by throwing steak in there or whatever. Culinary mores, values, the culinary things vary from what you have. I mean, look at Cajun cooking. A lot of things change because that's what they had there. Like Irish corned beef. We always have corned beef and cabbage on St. Patty's Day. Well, it wasn't originally cabbage. It was originally pork over there, but they had. It wasn't cabbage. It wasn't originally corned beef. It was pork in Ireland, but they had beef in America. So that's what happened. They changed that around. Cool. Let's go ahead and throw in the other goodies here. I'll do the eggs in a minute. Let's do everything else. Throw in some more ginger and garlic. Plenty of that to go around. There we go. I'll do the eggs at the end. All right, let's hit it with some soy sauce. Like I said, I don't measure this out. I just kind of go what feels right for me, and then I taste it, and then I change it. Oyster sauce, which has a nice depth of flavor. If you're not familiar with oyster sauce, a little bit of that. Sesame oil. I just did another show with some sesame oil in it. Make sure it's toasted sesame oil, or you're not going to have any flavor whatsoever. Ugh, not good at all. Definitely white pepper. Absolutely recommend white pepper. Love white pepper. I think that's everything. Let's go ahead and start mixing it. All right, let's try this. Let's get the eggs in there. Give it a little choppity chop. There you go. Spin it around. Chop, 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 choppity chop, 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 chop. There we go. Egg. Bang. Something else, like I said, you put anything you want in here. If you have some leftover peppers. One thing that I've always loved is having bean sprouts. Having bean sprouts is a great addition. Because I always I love pork fried rice. Now, there was one place called the Golden Pheasant in Oklahoma City when I was a kid. Grew up eating there. Best Chinese food I've ever had in my life. And I've been around. It's just amazing. Let me turn this down now. We are pretty much done. Now here's where we check it out. Make sure. I could add a little bit of like a 5-spice powder to it. It would add a hint of sweetness if you want. I don't think I'm going to do that. Again, just another option for you. Let's see. That is great. I'm very happy with it. See, now how long did that take? Not very long at all. So I will be serving this tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and serve it up here so you can see it. I understand it's not difficult, guys. Let's take this off the burner. Here we go. Now at this point, I might. This is where if it's on your own plate, obviously. Oh, I want a little more soy sauce, a little more whatever. I'm gonna leave it exactly like this, except I definitely want to have a little bit of garnish. I don't really care about the white part on this one. I want some green. Let's see here. There you go. We take a little bit of green, pop it on there. I might want to hit it with a little bit, just a touch of the sesame oil, just a little bit. And there you go. That's pretty good. Look at the steam coming off there. Oh, it's good for my face. There you go. A little bit up here. Woohoo! We love it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is steak stir-fried rice. If you haven't tried it, try it with whatever meat you have left over one time. You got some pork left over. Bacon fried rice. What? Yes. Do exactly the stuff that I did, and you're going to be just fine. It's not hard. Did you see me measure stuff out exactly? No. A little bit here, a little bit there. Taste it. Add what you want. That's the way we cook here. If you're a dad, you got kids, you got to move, you got to shake it, you got to go. Just do it. It's not difficult. My kids love this, by the way. This is mom approved, kid approved, and tested. They love it. So go ahead, make yourself some fried rice, because this is chow time. Let's eat.